Hey, it's Brad Hockenberry with Keller Williams Elite. I'm coming to you on my new YouTube channel. Look at that. I'm already an influencer. This is going to be video number 2. So, hey, just starting out, you're going to have to bear with me on the lack of quality, the lack of super cool features, whatever else. I'm not too technologically advanced. I'm kind of down to earth and just kind of old school about some stuff. Maybe it's my age showing, whatever. But I am coming to you with some first time homebuyer tips. Look at this. I even took the time to write this on a fancy dry erase board. I mean, I don't get any fancy. I don't have any other super cool, like, hey, click here, click there, click everywhere. No, I'm just going to come to you, just going to chat a little bit. If you are a first time home buyer, then you have come to the right spot. So I'm going to talk to you just about a couple of first time home buyer tips. These are not in any particular order. You can actually interchange some of these, and you'll see what I'm saying when I get to the end of it here. But the first tip I'm coming with is, when you are in, number one, I'm sorry if this is showing up backwards. Hey, deal with it. I'll fix it later on. If you're a first time home buyer and you are thinking about buying or whatever, you're not just going to wake up one day and be like, okay, cool, let's go buy this house. Okay. You really need to sit down with the pen and paper, dry erase board like this, and make a list of your wants and your needs. Whether you're a new family, whether you're single, maybe you've got a roommate, whatever the case may be. I mean, there's a couple of different things you need to worry about. Whether it's 3-bed. 2 bath, 2 bed, 1 bath, how many square footage, how much ground, garage, attached, detached, what is it that fits your needs? And you really need to determine that before you even get the ball rolling with even trying to find one. So you really need to figure out what it is, where do you want to be at, even with location. But you really need to figure out what are your wants and needs for you and and your significant other or family or friend or whatever the case may be. The next thing that I've got here, your number 2 is your financing, and these will start to be a little interchangeable here in just a little bit. If you are, new to buying a home, there's a long process to it. You can't just get in the car and go, okay, cool, I'm going to go buy that one. Cool, sold, bought, whatever. You really got to get your finances in line. When a lot of people come to me, they don't know that they're supposed to do that. Well, that's perfectly fine. A lot of people don't know that. And that's where people like me comes into play at. And I tell them, say, look, I don't mind to show you the first one. A lot of agents would be like, well, are you pre-approved? And they're like, well, no, okay, sorry, I can't show you that house. And, and I do understand that. But it does come across as a little, in my opinion, a little disrespectful, a little rude, whatnot. And I like to meet firsthand with people and go over that. And because a lot of people generally don't know that they're supposed to do that. So, and I like building up that relationship as well too. So once you get your pre-approval, finances and all that, it's time to go house shopping, and then that way, the good thing with the getting your pre-approval ready, is what you're working with, what you can and can't do. If you're looking at $300,000 houses and you get pre-approved for say $200,000, we're not going to look at $300,000 houses. It's a waste of your time, my time, everybody's time, because nobody in their right mind, especially at that price point, is going to drop it $100K. You see what I'm saying? Like, you really need to have that lined up so you know what kind of numbers you're working with, and make sure you're comfortable with being able to make that payment on time, because you don't want to work all this hard to get your credit built up, and then all of a sudden you ruin it because you're delinquent on stuff, and maybe it's too much, maybe you're squeezed too much, which the lender will help you and determine what you can and can't do on that. In the middle of the buying process, hire inspectors. And I tell people, say, look, they're not required, but they're highly recommended. Like, I will never, ever tell a client, hey, don't worry about getting a home inspection. This thing is perfect. It's immaculate, blah, 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 blah. No, because if you do that, you're asking for a world of trouble, because they're always going to find something that people like me, that I'm not crawling my big self underneath the sink, and I'm not getting underneath the house, not happening. But the home inspector will get underneath all that, check it out with a fine-tooth comb. They'll go up in the attic, they'll get on the roof, all this and that. They are going to see things that we are not going to see. So I always recommend, get the home inspection, see what's going on. Now, I'm one of those people, and I will tell you, I absolutely will not let a client of mine just ask for every other, Tom, Dick, and Harry thing as far as a repair. We're looking for safety features, or issues or whatnot. Is there broken glass? Is there a water leak somewhere? Is there exposed wires somewhere? That's the kind of stuff that we're looking for. That kind of stuff, oh yeah, that has to be fixed. We're not going to endanger you and your family, and we don't want, especially the water leaks. That's more of a health concern for the house, I should say. And it could be for you as well, too, especially if you get a house that's loaded with water underneath of it. I mean, you could have mold problems underneath it, which could lead to respiratory problems. So with home inspections, I would definitely recommend that. The termite inspection, some people order those, some people don't. That's each to their own. They're about $75 to do. The home inspection, $400 or $500 around here where I'm at in central Kentucky, is about what they run. So I would definitely would recommend doing the inspections. Yeah, it does come out of your pocket, but I'm telling you, you know what you're getting yourself into. If there's problems, then we'll, revisit that afterwards. As far as like, well, we need a repair request, we need a price reduction, or hey, we're just not buying this. And the last thing I've got here, and these are all interchangeable as well. Find an agent, a realtor, this guy, that you trust. And, I take a lot of pride in taking care of people and just being open and honest with it. I mean, that's my job. My job is to help you buy it, and if you're selling as well too. But we have to build that relationship up, and you've got to have somebody, whether it's me or somebody else. I hope it's me. If it's not, hey, I respect it. Thanks for your time. Best of wishes to you. I wish no hard feelings, anything like that. But make certain that you get an agent. And like I said, when I was saying that they were interchangeable, all that stuff earlier, you actually could get a realtor to number one if you wanted, and then let them actually discuss with you the entire process. And I get that a lot too. I was a former high school teacher for 16 years, and I have a lot of former students and a lot of former players because I coach baseball, football, softball, whatever. I have a lot of those players that still reach out like, oh, hey, Coach Hawk, can you help me out? Or hey, we remember you from the school. We see you do this now. Will you help us out? Absolutely. But regardless, find somebody that you trust, that will take care of you and all that. So, and again, guys, there's a whole lot more home buyer tips that we can go over with. I just picked out 5. Briefly cover them again. Find the agent that you trust. That could be your go-to. Again, definitely do the home inspections. I recommend that. People like me will help you go through that, whether it's repair request or price reductions or just plumb walk-in. When you get to starting the process, before you do anything, you really need to make certain that you make a list of your wants and needs. You're probably not going to find a home that's going to have all 10 things that you want, whether it be the number of bedrooms and square footage and garage and, house and pool and basement or whatever the list may be. But work that out first. Get your financing in a row. And once you do that, let's go shopping. Let's find you a house. So, but as always, if you need anything, holler at me. Actually, I'm going to walk you with me because I forgot to grab this before I started, and it's okay. I'm not super fancy on stuff like this. So if you do need something, reach out to me. It's 270-617-2615. Again, my name is Brad Hockenberry. I'm with Keller Williams Elite. I serve Central Kentucky. Thanks, and enjoy the rest of your evening.